Hey everyone, thanks for tuning into the Performance Lab. Don't forget to subscribe below to the right for updates to new videos and a huge announcement coming up. Enjoy! Start with the band just right around our feet. Okay, we want to try to make sure everything stays nice and upright. Okay, we're just going to lift up that knee as high as we can, trying to keep that spine in a good position, and then switch sides. And switch. Notice that I'm trying not to lean back at all, and then also when I'm bringing that leg up, I want to make it so my knee is nice and straight, okay, and gets even with those hips. Alright, so here we're just really working on spine positioning, okay, so I want to make sure that that is really ingrained in here, so we're keeping the shoulder blades together, I'm making sure my hips through, I'm going to be up on the tip of my toes, and I'm also going to add a green band, and when I'm using this green band, I still want to use and control my hips as I'm coming through, okay, so when you're coming up, you don't want to allow your hips to kind of roll underneath, okay, so you don't want to do any of that, and then you also don't want to be stuck in any type of hyperextension, okay, so you really want to be able to control that glute activation and be able to come right up with that opposite leg. From here, we're going to just extend, keep one leg up, alternate, alternate, alternate. Make sure you're keeping your feet off the ground. Okay, so this is a couple different variations of the calf raise. So I'm big with the calf raise and being able to use it as a way to get faster. You know, there's obviously different types of heights that you could have with this, but you know, the reason that I have this is because I really want to get full range of motion as I'm going all the way down, really trying to get as much dorsiflexion as I can, or bend in the ankle, and then from there, get all the way up onto the top, onto my big toe there. So I want to just make sure I'm working full range as I'm going through each one of these reps. I don't want to be going all quick like this, right? The point of this is to be able to get fully through dorsiflexion, and from that dorsiflexion get all the way up into plantar flexion, trying not to go through too much knee bending as we're going through that. Then from here, I'll go and I'll put one of these back behind me. I'm now going to work with more of the foot behind, right? So this is like more of like a push-off type of a position. Okay, so I have my spine, more forward. Okay, so I have my spine in about where I feel like it'll be when I'm pushing off, and then I'm going back down. I'm doing the same type of thing, just with my leg a little bit behind me. And then I'll even go, and this is where I'll go bent. So now I'm here, right, let my foot bend, or my knee bend, driving up and through, knee bend, driving up and through. I'm really trying to use that foot to push off and getting that knee position. So this is going to be more of a replication of like that start position. There's a couple different calf raise variations that I could do for improving speed. Really, this could be a book. I know I have pads right here, but there's a lot of different ways you could use this. And what I'm trying to do is I'm really trying to maintain my spine position, so I don't want to end up getting into too much control my foot position. So I don't want to end up having my toes to be too far, pressed down. I also don't want to have my toes too much upwards, but I have a slight incline within my toes. And from here, I'm just squatting down as low as I can, keeping my spine locked in. And then around here, I'm just holding, and I really feel on the front part of the shins, and I'm also really trying to maintain length through my spine as I'm going down. And as I go, I can get a little bit lower, and this really gets the front part of the shins firing up. So working on lower back range of motion and core strength together is what the point of this exercise is. So I have a little ab roller here. This is obviously a little bit more of a heavy duty one, a little bit longer, but just using this to roll all the way out. And then from this position, I'm really trying to maintain my lower back, right? Making sure that I'm not arching too much in that position. And then from there, I'm just kind of pulsing, right? Just going up and down, up and down, up and down. And by doing this, what I'm doing is I'm really teaching my core how to stay stable while my back is in the extended position. All right, so key thing to do here is we want to make sure that the knee, as we're landing, is not going to go inside at all, okay? And then also trying to spend as little time on the ground as possible. So it's all about bending here, okay? I'm going to do just 3 broad jumps, then land. My fourth jump, I'm landing on 2 legs. So
Alright, for this, I'm going to just start off laying with my hands just right out to the side, and I'm just alternating, touching one foot to the opposite hand.
So here we go with tuck jumps. The big thing with tuck jumps is being able to spend the least amount of time on the ground as possible while trying to get still as vertical as we can. And while we're doing this, just try to keep the best upright posture that we can. So we'll go here. Go from the side as well. Also, try not to be going too far all over the place when you're jumping. Try to stay in about the same location. Alright, so one single leg bridges here. The big thing that we want to do with the bridges is try to get the heel pretty close to your butt, and you really want to do it pretty fast. So we're here, I'm gonna start with my foot or my hip slightly off the ground, and then I'm driving to my heel to my butt fast. Slow and controlled back down, really get that eccentric stretch. Drive it back up fast. Slow and controlled back down. I'm really trying to think about too, how I'm trying to keep in a neutral lower spine position as I'm going down and up. Throughout the exercise. Alright, so I got one leg up. This could be a bench, a chair, anything like that. Right now I'm just using the box, but from here I'm just going to go, I'm going to straighten out one leg and I'm just going to drive through with that hip. Hold that up for a second, make sure my hips are, my shoulders are pressed down against the ground as I'm doing it, and make sure that I'm trying to maintain a good position within my legs, okay? Really drive it all the way up and through. My down leg, so it'll be my right leg, is going to be where I put the dumbbell. Then from there, I'm just relaxing my head, and then I'm allowing my hip to come down, and then I'm driving with my foot and getting as much hip extension as I can, and then I'm letting it come back down, really trying to get my range. And driving, as I'm driving, I really want to feel my hip getting into full extension. I also want to feel my back stay straight. Okay, I don't want to be rounded at all in the back, and I don't want to be too extended in the back. I want to just get as much just pure hip extension as I can.
So go with your arms up overhead also. I actually think the overhead one might be better. And it's all about trying to keep your hip underneath you.
Alright, so what I'm doing here is I'm just going to go and put my fingers in between each one of my toes here. Okay, and then from this position, I'm just going to go and I'm just going to move my foot all the way around. I'm just kind of locking it into place there at the ankle. Okay, and trying to make sure that that ankle joint's not moving too much with my hand. Okay, so I'm locking that in, and I'm just going to go up and down and just stretch it out side to side. Just go in as many different ways as you can. Just really trying to get into the toes a little bit too. After you move it around for a little bit, really try to sink those fingers all the way in and just really try to spread those toes out and just circling around with that foot. Opening up that foot, open up these front metatarsals, make it so that all moves a little bit better. Okay, key here is the back leg. You want to be able to keep it nice and straight, shift that weight forward, stretching out that calf, and then also bend the knee. Still shift that weight forward, stretching out more of the Achilles, lower part of the calf, making sure that the whole time the ankle or foot straight ahead and the ankle's not collapsing in, just coming straight forward, both with the leg straight and with it bent. Alright, so this is a great hamstring stretch. What I'm doing here is, you can see this back or this down leg, I'm straightening that out. I want to make sure not to bend forward here with that spine. I want to stay nice and upright within the spine, and then I'm just going to drive this leg down, and I could actually kind of more point this toe rather than drive the toe towards me, but driving the toe towards me gets a little bit more of a stretch, so you can go a little bit of both, just going here to take some of the pressure off the nerves. You don't want to hold this, you don't want to hold the toe too long. You want to be able to relax a little bit, but just make sure you're keeping this bottom leg straight, keeping that spine tall, and really working that that hamstring, and this is great for the front side mechanics, having plenty of range of motion through the front side when you're sprinting. All right, so the big thing here is we want to work on like a calf range of motion, we're going to hamstring range of motion, then also kind of the arch, kind of bottom part of your foot. If you're having any problems here, this will be a good exercise. So you're just laying down here, and what I'm doing is I'm going to try to straighten out my knees as much as I can, and then I'm going to try to drive my toes down and just hold that position. You just feel that whole back line stretch, and it feels really good. Really try to hold that push off. You can see some shakiness because I'm really challenging that range of motion in my hamstrings down through my calves all the way to the bottom part of my foot. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you really enjoyed it, and if you did, you can subscribe down below, and that way you can get updates on any of the new videos that we get. Also, if you want to, you can check out some of our other breakdowns for speed and throwing. We have exercises, also jumping mechanics videos, a lot of great stuff within our channel. Hope you enjoy.